Hey, good morning, everybody. On this beautiful Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. How's everybody doing? Market-wise, I hope everybody's making a few bucks. I hope yesterday everybody made a few bucks. Yesterday was a really, really good day. And pre-market here, it kind of looks like we're going to hold on to some gains. Now, there's a whole long day ahead of us, so a lot of things can happen, but I sure am happy with that pre-market candle that's being put in there right now. CPI numbers are out. They're a little high, but you know, that's not news anymore. COVID's not news anymore. So the way I see things going here, until they're not, and believe me, it can change every single day. It could be different. What I'm seeing is any kind of little news event, little shock, we get this little shock. But the market seems to be fighting upwards here. So I'm okay with that. Let it happen. Let it happen. We've had a great hammer as far as the actual design of the hammer, absolutely beautiful, book perfect. We had great follow through yesterday. The follow through today, if it can hold, that's terrific. I think the important number here is to be over that 471, which is nothing more than the top of that doji right there. We need to hold over that level. If we can do that, then I'm looking to retest these highs. With success on that, I'm going to be looking about 480, 490, and with success on that 480, 490, I'm looking at 495.60 up here. Keep in mind that with this movement, there's going to be little consolidation areas. So don't think it's just going to jam to the upside. So that's what I'm kind of looking at the moment. And trading is a funny thing. I swear you can have a plan today, and tomorrow the plan could go totally sideways. That is just the nature of trading. But I just looking at this market, I spent a long time last night just staring at this market and looking at charts and just what is happening here, and then thinking about everything. And one thing the market does, it gets jolted maybe for a day or two. Maybe some news comes out and a little bit of a jolt for it. But the market continues to fight to move up. The market is also looking 6 months, a year down the road. So you certainly get these little choppy down. And the market just seems like it's still trending. And until that trend changes, there's just no sense in fighting it. You could have an attitude about the overall condition of everything, but the attitude has no place when you're swing trading. It's all about the chart. It's all about price action. It's all about trend. If you put those things together and focus on your profits, keeping losses small, take profits into strength, I just think that's a recipe for a fantastic peach cobbler. And right now, I think trading is a peach cobbler. So let's have some fun. Stick to our rules. Okay, so with that said, main thing is we need to hold up today. If we do pull back, we do stand a chance of testing those lows. We will not like that. I've got a couple of charts here we're adding to the watch list. Remember that these charts aren't necessarily to be bought today by anybody. These are charts on my watch list, and I'm just sharing my thoughts out there with everybody here. You may have your own watch list. If somebody chooses to use these stocks, it's important to wait for them to set up. They're not meant to, oh my gosh, I better get into iTub, I better hurry up and get into iTub here. No, let iTub set up. I'm not in a hurry to get into it. I just have it on here because I see about a 26% move from the current T-line right here, the tip of it, up here to about $5. So I see a 26% move coming, and I have no illusions that I'm going to collect 26%, none at all. I just see a path to some profits up here. So something like ITUB, what could happen here is we'll give it a good bullish day here, and then maybe it consolidates, and that's what I'm going to look for. So I might end up where I see 26% from here to here, buying it, say in this area. That might only be a 15% trade, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't have to buy right here to make money. And there's a few people in the room here, and I bet a whole lot of people would be happy with 15%. So, ITUB's looking good. Mind your entry rules. Watch the T line. Make sure you have stop in there, and your stop has a lot to do with where you buy it. For instance, right now, I might like that T-line area for a stop. Let's see what that works out to. Yeah, 4%. I could do that. Back below the T-line or back below the 50-period moving average, that seems okay. On the other hand, if it was actually bought here, well, that's just a horrible idea. That's 8.6%. So what we go into then is we'll see what the T-line's doing while we're up here, because that might work. Also, we're going to utilize the candlesticks support area for a stop in there. So ITUB on the watch list. BABA. I've talked about BABA several times over the past several days. It's been on the watch list a couple times, mentioning it here. And I think BABA still has room to move from the T-line where we closed yesterday up here to about 160.70. I'm seeing about 24.8%. Good morning, Nancy. Morning. Good morning, Rick. I saw that. Good morning, Daryl. So there's plenty room to make money, even if it was bought, say, in this area up. Now we're looking at about 18%. And that is fantastic money. Now let's think about this. Now if you're buying the stock on BABA, yeah, that's 18%. But if you do like I do and you're trading directional options, then this 18% turns into 40% in a heartbeat. So it's when I see a good percentage like that, I'm thinking, man, that's apple cobbler, peach cobbler. That's my favorite. Peach cobbler here. Good stuff. WFG could be setting up. Here's a nice, beautiful trend. That's one of our conditions that I'm going to look at. Another condition I'm going to look at is we've got this high. I'm going to run that across, and we're right there right now, right there. We can see we're above it. So what we've got is a rally up, a nice little pullback, and they're starting to move up again. This is where we'll start looking for that entry. And there's 22.6% from where the T-line closed last night to about 113.50. And at 22%, if on the stock, if we could just put half of that in our pocket, which if you're trading a directional option, which I know not everybody does that, but if you are, you're looking at an easy 25-30% move on this. So good money here. If you look for the path, you're setting up the chart with all your conditions. And as long as the market, and by the way, speaking of the market, last night, right before the close, we were watching the scanner, and one scanner window was not giving us an alert because the market had not done one thing, which you guys know closed over that 17 EMA on the daily. And after hours, it did. It popped up, and that alert just started firing off like crazy. So real excited to see how it works today. Real excited about that. TME, 10 cent here. So from the T-line to this, what is this, 885 area, simple resistance is 28%. So all we've got to do is be patient, wait for that setup. And, we say that a lot, wait for the setup. So I'm going to look for a little bit of consolidation in here. And if we don't get it, that's okay. So if say this chart here, if it just does this today and I don't get it, hey, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We have a great watch list we can pull from. We have a great active watch list by using the live trading alert scanner. It's always creating a watch list for us. It's like it's a constant moving watch list. So, hey, if I miss that, big deal. So I'm going to patiently wait to get that buy setup, which honestly I'm looking for a 3/8 trap, and it can be above the 3/8 trap, but it's going to have to consolidate a little bit. It can't be just a candle up there. So once we get to 886, these highs up here, it looks like we can put together another trade, or even some people may keep that trade. Run up here to, what is that? Yeah, about $11. And that's another 24%. Wow. We're talking 50% between here and here with a well-managed trade. Simply following price, putting in your stops, moving your stop up, taking profits, letting it pull back, maybe get back in it, that kind of back and forth. AA, I almost bought AA yesterday, doggone it. I almost, and now I wish I had. So AA, a beautiful, let's do this. I'm going to move this over a little. There we go. If you take a look at these three candles, not counting today's, these three candles right here, this is a Fig Newton chart pattern. Fig Newton chart pattern is just simply where you have a bullish candle, not so bullish, and bullish. It's like it's a cookie. There's the Newton and the Fig and the Newton here, and then we're looking for follow through, and that's just what we're getting right here. So right now, there's about 31.5% to $80. That's where I see a good possibility, something within reason. Targets along the way, 67, 73 up here. So you might watch for any kind of selling activity or just simply take some profits on these when we get up into here and you see the price action up there. Right now, T-line stop, again, if you're buying this, wherever you're buying it, that's where you work with your stop. For instance, if you bought it up here, well, the last thing in the world you're going to do is put a stop right there. That's a horrible idea. So when it's time to actually make the buy, that's when you evaluate where the stop is. Borg Warner might be setting up. Nice little sideways pop out of the box setup here. Over $49 here, this top right in here. I see 55 up here as a possible target. There's no secret. It's not hard finding targets. There you go, right there. Piece of cake. So I kind of think this chart would be better personally on a breakout, but I get it if somebody buys it in this area here today. I get that. It makes sense. A good stop area down there with those lows or the T-line, wherever, if you want to shave a penny here and there or a nickel, looks really good. Not a big winner, but at 15.5%, I would bet there's an awful lot of people in the room that would just about kill to get that. And then, of course, the option trade would be more into the 30 to 40% range. AT&T, let's not forget about AT&T. I think AT&T is setting up now. I think it's coiling up nice and tight. Nice little wedge being put in here. It's a 3/8 trap right now. I'm looking at almost 20% up here to $31. And again, it's not any kind of rocket science finding any kind of targets. Right there, we fill that gap. This 29.33 area, you see a topping, some topping candles on there. That's where it topped and came down, so that becomes a target. And then this 27.50 up here, this is just a fair amount of resistance, but and with the stock market, resistance is just a speed bump. That's all it is. It doesn't mean you have to decide whether you're going to buy below. I probably should do it the other way. Below that resistance, or you're going to look to buy it above the resistance. There's traders that will do this. There's traders that will do this. There's traders that's going to buy it the first minute of the open. There's traders that have been buying it all week long. So at almost 20%, I think we can make some money on that. APA, and this is the last one I have here, APA. Oil has been pretty hot. We want to be careful with the oil. Don't chase anything. Let them come back and set up. And I think we have a setup here. And this setup would be a 3/8 trap day before yesterday, prior, and then a 3/8 trap yesterday until it broke out. And now we have that breakout and we have that consolidation. So that is a trade for me. So not only a 3/8 trap, but a 3/8 trap breakout, and we're holding in here. So far this morning, we're holding. We're also breaking out of whatever this is, November highs over 30.75 here. So the next target up I'm looking for is for 34.60, then 37.60, then 43. These might be good places to take some profits. They might be a good place to reevaluate that trade. And in some cases, for some traders, it's also a great place to add to the trade. So let's do this right here. Let's do this. So here we've got the breakout. So see, it's bought here, and it moves up, and it kind of rats around a little bit, and then it starts to move up, showing a good sign. So you might add to that trade. It moves up here a little bit, and then again it starts to rat around a little bit. That's what charts do. I mean, there they are. It's ratting around. Here we are up, ratting around. New word for today. New trading word, ratting. And then here we move up, and it's going to rat around. It just always does that. So anyway, that's the trades there. Nancy, hey Nancy. Nancy's talking about BTU. Yeah, that's a beautiful chart, Nancy. That is truly a nice chart. A great little bottom here. Here, let's do this. We've broken out. I think that is super. We've got a nice trend working here. Fantastic pop out of the box. Oh my goodness. This might be, this is book perfect right here. So let's go look at some targets. Targets are pretty simple. So we're going to come up and we're going to look where price has been before. I'm going to call that a target, but cheapers, we're breaking out. All right. We like that. I'm going to have to look at something maybe in this area right here, and then we're going to jump right over. And here's where I'm looking, right in there. And then, of course, if you want, you put one at the top, just like that. So this is what I do. I'm going to take the T line, and there you go. So up to that 19, there's almost 65% if we want to be a little conservative maybe. There we go. 36%. Nice trade. Beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. Oh, Bruce is mentioning AA has earnings. Hey, folks, everything has earnings coming up. So let's mind our P's and Q's. I'm going to have to train myself when I look at a chart to look up here at my next earnings date. I do this every earnings season. I get about the middle toward the end of earnings season. It's very natural where I look up here, then earnings season is over, and then I take it for granted and I stop looking at that. Well, earnings season is back, so we're going to have to focus on those earnings. So I'll have to start looking at that. And yes, so thank you, Bruce. Appreciate it. And yeah, Nancy, you're going to keep me on my toes. I appreciate it. All right, everybody, you guys take care. I'll be back in about 15 or so minutes. Market will be open, and let's have some fun today.